What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got a big update about OP-12. This is one of the updates for which we have been waiting, and it's finally here. We got a whole bunch of news that we can talk about, but first, what we're going to do is we're going to hone in a little bit, and we're going to have a little bit of a look at the manga rare. We're going to have a look at the special rares. We're going to have a look at a bunch of awesome stuff that's coming around in OP-12. Starting off with the manga rare, which is Zoro-Bonney. Zoro-Bonney is one of those that it just felt inevitable that at some point we would end up getting ourselves a manga Zoro-Bonney, just like we got the manga Boa Hancock over in OP-7. It really did seem like a matter of time before Zoro-Bonney went and got a manga. So now Bonnie's getting a manga. As always, do let me know in the comment section if you are happy or sad or indifferent about the fact that Bonnie's gone and got herself a manga. Now, of course, this is actually a card we've previously seen. This is a card we've had before. It's one I've already shown you what it does. And frankly, it's a decent little card. This is one of the secret rares from the set. And we got ourselves a blocker, 5-cost, 6k, Captain Plus 1,000 blocker. And then on play, if you've got 8 or more rested cards, bearing in mind the Don alone are going to be 5 of them, then you get to draw 2, trash a card from your hand, and activate one of your Don. This is nice, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very nice. This is a card that I expect to see a bunch of play, frankly. I think this is a card that a lot of people are going to enjoy, a lot of people are going to like, so, yeah. This sounds good to me, ladies and gentlemen. This sounds very, very good to me. Big fan of this card. Long may it continue. Now, that's the manga rare, and it's a pretty big manga rare, frankly. It's one of the ones people have been waiting for. It's one of the ones people have been clamoring for. Let's not pretend that is everything that we've got to have a look at today, because what we've also got here are the anniversary cards. And the anniversary cards this time around feature Marshall D. Teach. Now, we knew that this was going to be the case. Let's be perfectly clear. We knew that we were going to be getting these anniversary cards once per set. Over in OP-11, we got the Luffy. There was the gold and the silver. And now here we are in OP-12, where we've got ourselves the Marshall D. Teach. Both the gold and the silver. This should all be pretty relevant at this point. We should know where we're going. And honestly, these are going to be a pretty big deal. We know that the Luffy's a big deal, and I don't expect the Marshall D. Teach, let's be clear. I do not expect the Marshall D. Teach to be as big a deal. I expect the Luffy from OP-11 to remain more sought after, more valuable, etc., than the Marshall D. Teach, the Blackbeard here in OP-12. But I do expect these to be very big cards. I expect them to have a very low pull rate, which is going to help out, well, depends. It's not going to help you get the card. It's going to actually make the card significantly more annoying to get hold of. But what it is going to do is it is going to pop the value up. For those of you that care about that, for people where the value of the cards is important, these are going to be big sought-after cards. And Bandai and One Piece, they're pushing this forward every set at the moment, just trying to make things a little bit more exciting. Well, they're doing it quite nicely. And for what it's worth, we knew these third anniversary cards were going to be going on for a little while. It's not surprising we're getting them here. Were you expecting Marshall D. Teach? Personally, I wasn't. But, you know, it does kind of make sense going through the 4 Emperors. Now, you'll notice it's actually the manga artwork from Marshall D. Teach, which is being used here. But obviously, they've gone and put a different finish on it. I find this very, very interesting. Because obviously, with the Luffy, they didn't use the manga. They didn't use the manga artwork here. They just used the alternate art of the Luffy. But then again, wait for it, that was the manga artwork as well. Not the case here with Blackbeard. What they've done is they've just taken the manga artwork, they've taken the manga background away, and then they've gone and put this new kind of design on it. Is it better? I don't know. That's up to you guys. But I do find it interesting that with Luffy we had the alternate art and the manga, and they just used it both. Here we've got different alt arts and manga, different artworks for the martial they teach, and they've actually gone with the manga, which honestly does make a lot of sense because it's just a cleaner image to actually take and use for this kind of card. So it seems like these anniversary cards in the future, they're not going to be the manga, but they are essentially going to be using the basic artwork of the manga and then kind of going on from there. Now, the other thing we got to talk about is the special rares, and I'm just going to say it right off the bat. This Tashigi might be my favourite special rare we've seen. And yeah, I know that's hyperbolic and I don't really care. She's one of my favourite characters, and I absolutely adore this new style of special rare. This is very different from the style of special rare that we've had previously. These are very different looking cards. We've kind of got a constellation starry thing going on here. That's what I get when I look at it. And we've again got 6 reprinted cards, all of which are in this new redonkulous style. And like I say, for my money here, the Tashigi is just the best of them. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, of course, these are all reprints, as you might expect. So this is the Tashigi that came around in OP-06, which... it's a cool card. It's a nice little card. This is, of course, the blue one, which, I'll be honest with you, doesn't see a huge amount of play. Did actually get an alternate art in that same set, but it is a generic blue Navy Searcher, and if Kazan in the new set is as good as we think it could be, then you're going to need a generic blue Navy Searcher, and this is going to come in very nicely indeed. Now, the limb is the free cost limb from OP-09, which depends if you're playing limb or not. If you're playing like the Green Odyssey limb deck, then yes. Otherwise, no. Again, this did get an alternate art last time round. I'll let you decide which one you like more. But this is your generic Odyssey Searcher. And at the end of your turn, if you've got 3 or more rested characters, you can set it to active. It is a very nice little card. And then we've got the Yasop from OP-09 as well, which is a card we see popping up in Shanks decks. Didn't have an alternate art first time round. Not the best card in Shanks, but certainly does pop up and see some play. On play, you give your leader a 1k bump until the end of your opponent's next turn, but it is until the end of your opponent's next turn, so that means during your opponent's turn they need an extra 1k on all their hits towards the leader. And we've got Don X1 when attacking, one of your opponent's characters gets minus 1k for the turn. It's very cool. I really, really like the design of these. I cannot stress enough how awesome I think they are. But don't worry, we have some other ones coming in as well. We've got the Zoro-Jurou that actually came around in Starter Deck 18. This is the one whereby on play you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and you find yourself a Straw Hat. Add it to your hand. It's your generic Straw Hat Searcher, basically. Kind of good stats for a generic Searcher, but it's still one of those. We've then got the Kazan from OP-10, and it's kind of interesting, of course, because this Kazan had an alternate art in OP-10 that everybody kind of agrees is one of the coolest alternate arts we've seen, and yet it's coming in here with another ridiculous print as well. Worth noting, of course, this is very much a staple in those Blackbeard decks. It's phenomenal in those Blackbeard decks. So, yeah. When we get these special rares, I don't know if they necessarily always nail it, but they do really try and make an effort to give us playable cards here, which is awesome. And then we got the Porcus DH from Starter Deck 13. If you got 2 or less life on play, this character gains Rush. Very nice. Sounds good to me. Make no mistake about it, Tashigi and Lim, these are the 2 I'm after. And yeah, they're 2 of my favourite special rares we've seen, like, ever. OP-12 is shaping up to be a redonkulous set. Way cooler than we thought. You know, we know OP-13 is going to be a big set, right? We're all getting ready for OP-13 being a big anniversary set. I kind of thought OP-12 would be a little bit of a, hey, it's cool, but it's nothing that special. We're waiting for OP-13. That is not where we're going. Oh, and it is worth noting we are getting a couple more of those manga events coming in here. These seem to be pretty standard at this point, that we are going to be getting a couple of these in every set. So, yeah, we got a couple more coming in here. They look awesome, and they seem to be a lot easier to pull and a lot less expensive than, say, manga rares, for instance, while still looking absolutely stunning. We had one in OP-10, 3 in OP-11. It looks like we've got 2 coming in this set. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. What do you think about a new type of special rare? How hyped are you for the Manga Bonney manga rare? Tell me everything you think in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.